Hello, my name is Casey, and it has been a long time since I have filmed a YouTube video, but we did a special challenge this past week with our family that we decided would be fun to document. We tried to live off of $50 for the entire week. Now, we are a family of 9 now. I have had a baby since I last did YouTube videos, and I'm also expecting again. So our children are a 15-year-old boy, a 13-year-old girl, and then 5 boys that are 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. And after dinner one night, we just started having a conversation about how much groceries cost, and somebody asked if it was possible for us to eat on only $20 for the week. And the answer is no, unless we eat only rice. Maybe beans too, but they won't eat beans. So our weekly grocery budget is normally $200, and after this long discussion, we decided, why not try? Like, is it possible to eat off of $20? And then we started being realistic and was like, no, that's not possible. But is it possible to eat spending only $50 for the whole week? So again, we are a family of 9, and we attempted to eat for only $50 for the whole week. All meals, all of us. So we started brainstorming different cheap meals, what we could make, what Kevin and I thought would be the cheapest meat, the cheapest food that we could buy. And then Kevin and I tried to remember the prices, the prices that we know food is from our memories. And actually Kevin's memory was pretty good. And then Rebecca and I sat down and we made a loose menu of what we wanted to eat for the week. And after adding it all up and the prices that we thought food was, it was going to be really hard to get to $50. So we kind of made an extra $10 wish list and thought, okay, maybe we'll go to $60, because $50 we thought was going to be really, really hard. But so after making our list, Rebecca and I went to Aldi's and we just checked the prices. I had her bring a paper and a pen, and we just wrote all the ingredients that we wanted to buy, and we just wrote the prices. We didn't even buy anything that trip, we just looked at the prices. And then the day before our challenge began, we went ahead and we went to Woodman's, which is kind of a local chain grocery store. We live in the upper Midwest, so that also changes prices. If you live somewhere where prices are very expensive, this might not be possible for your family. We live in the upper Midwest. We have Woodman's that has some fairly competitive prices. So we took our list from Aldi's and we took our grocery list of everything we wanted to buy. And as we were buying stuff at Woodman's, if the food we wanted was cheaper on our Aldi's list, we just waited and then we went to Aldi's after Woodman's. So I believe we spent $25.15 at Woodman's and then about $17 at Aldi's. We also had already purchased a 50-pound bag of potatoes right before this challenge, so we decided to just use 15 pounds from that bag. We paid $11 for the 5-pound bag of potatoes, so we used 15 pounds. I actually weighed them in a bucket on a scale. And then we also got milk from my in-laws, so I factored in 2 gallons worth at $2.50 per gallon, which is the price around us. I think we did end up going a little bit over, so I might factor in $1 more when I do my total, because the baby really needed a little extra. So I'm filming this on the last day of our challenge. Let's see, we had that. Oh, and then we also had some pork butt in the freezer that we had purchased at 99 cents a pound. So we factored in 2 pounds of that. So we just thawed it out a little bit and sliced 2 pounds off, and we did weigh it, so we didn't get extra. And I think that's all that we had at home. So if you stick to the end of the video, I will tally up all of the costs of everything and give you our final totals at the end of the week. Now you can see our grocery haul. This is our grocery haul and Nathan from Aldi's and Woodman's. We're doing a challenge to spend only $50 for our family of 9, and I'm going to show you what we got. So first up, This right here is all from Woodman's. Our total for Woodman's was $25.15. So we got a 10-pound bag of chicken leg quarters. That was $5.99. 2 spaghetti noodles and 1 rotini noodles that were 89 cents each. French cut green beans, which was 99 cents. 2 cans of spaghetti sauce, which is also 99 cents each. A thing of ketchup, because when you're eating eggs and potatoes a lot, my kids like ketchup. That was 99 cents. And then this bag of bananas was in the reduced section for $1.49 for this whole bag. And there's quite a lot in there. We had budgeted for only 1 banana per person, so 9 bananas, and we thought it would be about $1.80. Okay, it would have been about $1.80, we guessed, if it was 49 cents a pound for bananas. But so this is like kind of all of the single ones. Some of them are probably gonna be bruised, but that'll be perfect for an oatmeal. So we have a thing of oatmeal here, which was $2.39, I believe. The rice was 99 cents. The sugar was $2. The butter was $3. The carrots were, oh, I forgot. I think the carrots were $1.49. Yeah, and the onions were 99 cents for 3 pounds, which we actually don't even need this many onions, but they won't go to waste. So our total for Woodman's was $25.15. And then afterwards we also went to Aldi's. So we bought 3 things of eggs at $1.28 each, 2 things of flour for $1.55. Saltine crackers are 79 cents. The oil was $2.55, I believe. Mixed vegetables here were 89 cents. Broccoli was 89 cents. Peanut butter was $2.59, I believe, and the jelly was $1.79. Does it look good, Nathan?
Yeah.
So we actually need 6 dozen eggs, but we already have 3. My husband got those at Quick Trip a few days ago for 68 cents a thing, I believe, and I was hoping that they would still be 68 cents. So I checked Quick Trip and they were $1.49. So we just got the other 3 that we need at Aldi's. So we will factor in the 68 cents for the 3 eggs. And then also we budgeted for 1 gallon of milk at $2.50, and we actually got free milk from my in-laws who have a cow, so they gave us a couple gallons. So we are gonna keep the $2.50 in our meal plan, but we might end up using more than 1 gallon. And then we also have potatoes. My husband bought a 50-pound bag of potatoes for, I think, $11. So we are going to use 2 or 3 pounds out of that. All right, here is our menu for the week of 2/16 to 2/22 for our $50 grocery challenge. So we're actually starting on a Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday is filled out, but we're starting on a Wednesday. So peanut butter, banana oatmeal, egg salad, chicken leg quarters, fries, and mixed veggies for dinner. Thursday, eggs, peanut butter and jelly, and spaghetti. Friday, cinnamon sugar oatmeal, peanut butter and jelly, and chicken noodle soup. Saturday, waffles, leftovers, pork, potatoes, and green beans. Sunday, eggs, leftovers, chicken, rice, and broccoli casserole. Monday, cinnamon sugar oatmeal, fries, leftovers. Tuesday, toast, mac and cheese, and leftovers. Alright, so we're not quite sure what we're going to have left as far as leftovers go. I'm not sure if my kids are going to eat more of these meals or less. Some of them don't like everything, like chicken and rice casserole or chicken noodle soup. So we may have a lot of leftovers, we may not. That's my eggs that are done. And so I am planning on having some leftover rice and potatoes, so that might be mixed in with our leftovers. They can just have plain rice with butter on it or a potato with butter on it. And if we have any extra bananas, we'll have that for lunch. And oh, we also did get saltine crackers for a snack, so we'll have that with our soup, and then saltine crackers as a snack with maybe some peanut butter, and that's it. That's our menu. All right, we've got 2 breads going in 2 different bread makers. Nathan, that's sugar. No, buddy, we're not gonna scoop any more out. So in one machine, they're both regular white bread, but one is for dinner tonight, and we're not starting our challenge until tomorrow. So I had to use the flour and sugar and oil that we had up here for the one for tonight, and then tomorrow I have my own flour, sugar, and oil for the bread that we are going to eat tomorrow. It's kind of a pain today, but are you going to eat bread tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, these boys are making their oatmeal for our first morning. Everyone got a half a cup of oatmeal, half a banana, and they could have 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and a little bit of milk. Whoops, he dropped one. Alright, so we had a little bit of homemade mayonnaise left, and I added some dill and garlic powder and a little pepper and made a little homemade dip for some carrots. There's Nathan's egg salad sandwich and his carrot. We're cheating a little bit because some kids got some candy from the Valentine's Day. A couple of them even have a couple of cookies left over, but we're also having a few saltine crackers as a snack. Let's just say we're eating snack a little earlier than I wanted because some were a bit crabby. Alright, here's our 10-pound bag of chicken. This is all for dinner tonight, and these 4 are being saved for soup and casserole. And some veggies and some potatoes in there. Alright, today's breakfast is a dozen eggs and probably one toast. That's 3.
Told you.
And that is how you know he's full mind reader.
Okay, here is lunch: peanut butter and jelly, a banana, and some carrots if they want it. This is how much peanut butter we have left. It's a little less than half gone. So I spread the peanut butter so it wouldn't be too bad. Alright, we got more Valentine candy and some saltine crackers for snack. Okay, tonight's dinner is spaghetti and garlic bread, and it's no meat spaghetti. Okay. Today's day 3. Breakfast is cinnamon and sugar oatmeal. Got a little bit of milk, some cinnamon, sugar, and oatmeal. I don't like oatmeal though, so I'm probably gonna have toast or an egg. Alright, it is 8 in the morning, and I already put in all my bones from the chicken last night, and we're making broth. I put in 3 onions, and I got a loaf of bread going over here. Feeling accomplished already. Okay, today's lunch is peanut butter and jelly and a banana again. And I'm having peanut butter, banana, and cinnamon. Alright, Grandma brought donuts. Alright, tonight's dinner is chicken noodle soup. This is all the chicken that was left after I cooked the 10 pounds of chicken leg quarters. We all had some the first night, and now this much is going in chicken noodle soup, and this is being saved for chicken and rice casserole, and maybe even some fried rice at the end of the week. Over here in this crock pot, I've had some broth going. That's the bones with onions. It's been going all day. It smells really good. And the beginning of my soup is just some onions and carrots. I have some helpers. Daniel wants you to see it going like a tornado. It's getting close to boiling. Oh,
And then I get to mix it.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't you? Oh, it was Matthew.
Good morning. It is Saturday morning. We are halfway through our challenge. So we've done 3 full days and then breakfast this morning. And I just wanted to give a little update as to how it's going. I feel very confident that we will have enough food to the end. I was really nervous the first day. My kids had oatmeal with peanut butter in it, and they used a lot of peanut butter. So I was like, oh no, we're not gonna make it through the end of the week. But sandwiches use a whole lot less peanut butter than oatmeal apparently. So that's good. There has been a little bit of complaining, mostly from the 8-year-old. He's the one that mostly has complained because he says he's still hungry and that also he doesn't like the food, but it's pretty normal food and he'll get over it. He still eats it and he really can't be that hungry. Let's see. Last night I did have the 4-year-old actually came to me and asked if he could have some frozen vegetables. So I know he was a little hungry. So I gave him a big carrot and he was happy. For me, I have done great with lunch or with breakfast. I feel like our lunch has been a little bit on the light side. So by about 3:30, I am getting hungry. I also am pregnant, so that could be why. So sometimes I've had to have a few extra crackers or a little piece of bread just to get me through to dinner. But dinners are going very well. We made chicken noodle soup last night, and most of my kids say they don't like chicken noodle soup, but last night they said they loved it. So I don't know if it's because there's a little bit less vegetable variety than I would normally put in there. We only had onions and carrots, and I normally would have put celery and maybe some mixed vegetables too. So maybe I'll have to just make chicken noodle soup with only carrots and onions from now on because they really like that, and even my husband asked me to make it again. Tonight we are having pork butt. So here's the thing where if you were truly poor and you only had $50, you would not be able to have pork butt. We actually got a huge chunk, like it's over 10 pounds, I think, for 99 cents a pound. Although my husband just pulled it out of the freezer and he said actually he pulled out the old one that cost $1.19 per pound. So we're just gonna cut 2 pounds off of that huge chunk of meat. So I know if someone was truly poor, that would not have been an option. They would have had to go with something else, but it works for us. Also this morning, we made waffles. We made a triple batch of waffles. We have enough left over for another day, probably tomorrow. And we did make homemade syrup. Our recipe is normally 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, some vanilla, a little almond extract, and I think that's it. Maybe, oh, and a cup of water, and then you cook it on the stove. So we actually do that all the time, but since we didn't have brown sugar, we just used 2 cups of white sugar, and I think my husband put a little dollop of molasses. So that's another thing that you might not have on hand if you're poor, but I think it would taste just fine with just the white sugar. It just wouldn't turn that brown color. So I think that is all for our update today. I will keep videoing every meal so you can see what we're doing. All right, today's lunch is either leftover spaghetti, leftover soup, and then they can have 1 piece of bread with butter if they want. Here's our pork. You can see it's 2 pounds. All right, tonight's dinner is that 2 pounds of pork butt with some potatoes and a pot of green beans. Tonight is broccoli, chicken and rice casserole. I did 3.5 cups of rice in the Instant Pot. And then we have a bag of broccoli, that was $1. And here's our chicken cut up. You can see I still have some chicken left. That's probably gonna be used for chicken fried rice tomorrow or the next day. And then I made a homemade cream of chicken soup here. It was 2 cups of the chicken broth that I made the other night with the chicken bones, and 1 cup of milk and a couple spoonfuls of flour, salt and pepper, and some garlic powder. Normally I would mix this all together and throw a whole bag of cheese on top. We're without the cheese tonight. Almost gone. You can't see in there. Alright, I forgot to show we made 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese for lunch today. This is all that's left. It's about 1 good bowl full. I had leftover rice, and 1 other kid had leftover rice, and 1 kid that hates macaroni and cheese had a sandwich. Okay, today's snack is deviled eggs. I made another batch of homemade mayonnaise, and there's still some left. So we will probably do deviled eggs again tomorrow as a snack, because I believe we still have a dozen eggs left, or almost a dozen. So this is a dozen. All the kids will be able to get 3. It's crazy that most of my kids will not eat a hard-boiled egg. Well, I would say half of them will not eat the whole hard-boiled egg. They will eat the whites and leave the yellow, or eat the yellow and leave the whites. But if I make deviled eggs, they eat the entire thing. Okay, tonight's dinner is chicken soup with the last of the chicken and some potatoes and the leftover vegetables and a couple carrots and onions. And we also have bread over here. 1 bread is for tonight, 1 is for tomorrow for toast, and that's it. Alright, we got a couple kids that are starving, so they're eating some leftover vegetables with a little bit of leftover Alfredo sauce. This is actually leftover from before this week, so it needs to get eaten up before it goes bad, but it's not technically part of our challenge. Right. Tuesday's our last breakfast, and we're having toast with jelly. We have a tiny bit of butter left. We still have quite a lot of jelly, and we scraped the bottom of the peanut butter jar. Well, I forgot to show the rest of our potatoes I turned into French fries, and they are completely gone. This is for lunch, and then a couple of us had some leftover soup, and I think 1 kid had the last of the leftover spaghetti. Got lots of helpers making some deviled eggs today. There's all our eggs. This is the last of our eggs and the last of the homemade mayonnaise I made. Eating the last of our carrots. Alright, we're also having a little piece of jelly bread as a snack. I don't have extra flour to keep this from sticking.
Just take some out of the pantry. Who cares? Okay.
Back up your nose.
Soup.
Alright, tonight's bread is a half a piece, or tonight's dinner, it's our last night, half a piece of bread. We had a little bit of rice, we had a little bit of tomato sauce left over, and some leftover soup. And then the fry bread we made. Okay, that's enough, Caitlin.
I need side.
Is it good, Joshua? You like it?
Look
What
at the
What
camera.
does everybody else think?
It's good.
Alright. We're frying some onions as a part 2 to dinner. We resorted to eating plain fried onions. We made it to the end of our challenge, and this is what we have left. We have about a third of the onions, maybe a little more than that. I think in here there's about 1.5 cups of sugar. About a little less than half a bottle of ketchup. Hardly any jelly. It's about to here. There's maybe an inch of jelly in there. About a cup or so of oil, maybe a little bit more. A tiny bit of white rice, a tiny bit of spaghetti sauce, and this container of chicken and potato soup. Well, it is the end of the week. We finished our challenge and we're so excited that it's over. We had a lot of benefits and a few negatives. So this is the conclusion for our grand total. So our grand total with 6 extra eggs, because we already had 6 that were left over in our refrigerator, and we went ahead and used them. And also I had to add a little extra milk for Nathan, who is the 2-year-old. He usually drinks 1 or 2 sippy cups a day, so we had to break into the next gallon just to get through today for him. So our grand total with all of that is $57.76. So I'm pretty proud of that. We couldn't do it for 50. We just couldn't do it. But we're really happy that we stayed under 60, and I think it was still a worthwhile challenge to attempt, even though we didn't quite make it under 50. So let's see. So the things that I did not include in the total is yeast, salt, pepper, spices, coffee, lemon juice for making the mayonnaise, and vanilla and molasses for the syrup. So if you added a couple dollars for that stuff, we would be at about $60, I think. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Some of the benefits, the first one is that we homeschool, and so this was a great learning experience. They learned how to budget, they learned how to meal plan, especially my 13-year-old daughter. I took her to the grocery store with me, and she did the bulk of the budgeting and the planning with me. The little boys gained kitchen skills, as you saw in many of the videos. They like to help a lot. Let's see, we watched a documentary in the beginning of the week about some poor families in America. It followed 3 children. I will try to find it and link it in the description box below. And that was just really eye-opening. I remember one little girl saying, "We don't get breakfast, lunch, and dinner." And my kids have always had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and almost always gotten a snack or multiple snacks. So I hope that that they realized how truly blessed we are, that under normal circumstances we can just go buy whatever food we want, as much fruit as we want, as much meat as we think we need, and we can have a very varied diet. So we are truly blessed. So I went around and I asked everybody what their likes and dislikes were of the challenge and the foods that they missed the most. So that's why I'm looking at my notebook here. So my husband, he really loved this challenge. He liked that the kids did not complain as much, especially in the first half of the week. They kind of knew, this is what you get, this is what we're eating, so eat or don't eat, it's up to you. So they actually complained way less in the beginning of the week. It got a little more at the last day. And then my husband also liked that we used the 10-pound bag of chicken leg quarters. It ended up working out for 4 meals. I would probably do 3 meals next time, but we had the 4 meals. We made the broth with it. We got everything out of that chicken that we could. And that's something that we normally don't do. We normally would make that whole bag of chicken, and then they would probably eat almost all of it the first day, and then we would just eat the leftovers the next day. But we did like using it for multiple meals. And my husband's only complaint was that he didn't have enough leftovers for lunch the next day. Let's see, let's go in age order. So Caleb is 15. He said that it made him realize that he doesn't need as much food as he normally thinks he does, but he thought we had too many veggies and too much rice. And he missed Cheerios, milk, and cheese. Let's see, Rebecca, she liked helping with the budgeting part. She did not like that she didn't get to eat what she wanted, and she really missed apples. Let's see, Joshua, he did not say he liked anything about it, and he did not like that there was no cheese, no dessert, no meat sandwiches. Matthew also had nothing good to say. He's 8. He missed Cheerios, milk, cheese, and meat sandwiches. Daniel is 6. He liked the macaroni and cheese and the chicken and potato soup. And he missed cheese and ice cream. And let's see, Peter said everything, and Nathan is only 2. So I also liked that my kids did not complain in the beginning, but I did not like the last day. Today was really, really hard. They complained a lot. Nobody wanted leftover soup, and we had to eat it twice because that's all we had. Like, we literally had French fries and soup for lunch and rice and soup for dinner. We had some hard-boiled eggs, or deviled eggs for snack, but they were starving a little later, so then I peeled the last of our carrots, and what else? Oh, then I had to cut 2 pieces of bread, and I gave them all a small piece of jelly bread, but it just wasn't enough. They were getting really, really crabby this afternoon, so I was very thankful. But I also, at the very last, I was like, we have this like cup and a half of flour left. Could I make some type of fry bread? So the donuts was a big hit, and that actually cheered everybody up. Let's see, what did I miss? I missed fruit. I missed being able to have a cup of tea, and I also missed snacks. We did not have enough snacks during the day. And lastly, we will be donating the money that we saved, so we're really excited about that, and thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a comment.